Ford.com.
Do you have discomfort in your legs? Varicose veins can affect not only how your legs look, but how they feel. Symptoms of varicose veins include pain, swelling, aching, heaviness, and fatigue. Dr. Tracy Lowry of Best Vein Care of Huntsville can diagnose and treat your varicose veins with the latest minimally invasive techniques. Diagnosis and treatment is covered by most insurances. Call 256-715-7151 to schedule your free screening. Go to bestveincarehuntsville.com.
Organizations using Salesforce know how powerful the platform is and how much time, money, and headaches it saves if it's set up right and you know how to use it. Let's face it, Salesforce is complicated and time-consuming to figure out, and a lot can go wrong now and down the road without expert help. That's why most Salesforce users work with an implementation partner like Higher Echelon, so they get the absolute most out of their Salesforce investment. Higher Echelon is a 5-star Salesforce consulting partner who won Salesforce Military Hiring Partner of the Year. President Dr. Joe Ross is retired Army who played and later coached for the cadets. He puts that experience to good use at Higher Echelon, where they pride themselves on hiring veterans. Look, not all Salesforce partners are the same. Don't put your company at risk by going with an inferior partner. Higher Echelon is the trusted partner you can count on to get you up and running and seeing returns on your Salesforce investment in a fraction of the time it would take if you go it alone. Go to higherechelon.com. That's HIGHERECHELON.com to learn more. Go higher and go Army. This hour of The Blitz is brought to you by Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Online at FlemingHSV.com. Welcome to the evolution of sports radio.
You see, in this industry, just like in life, everything evolves.
Call 256-576-4977 to make your audible for The Blitz.
That man is playing Galaga. Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
It's the Afternoon Blitz. Here are your hosts, Smokey, Captain Cool, and the Bandi Man.
How you like me now? 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 Remember the time.
Hello and welcome into a wacky Wednesday here in No Man's Land. Welcome to the Afternoon Blitz on the Tennessee Valley Blitz Sports Radio Network. I'm your host, Captain Cool.
Oh my goodness, it's
Captain Cool. Someone lose a grenade. Oh yeah, gotta like when everything sounds perfectly fine here in the studio. Make sure you guys find us online at theblitzsportsradio.com, on Facebook at The Blitz Sports Radio, and on Twitter at @theblitz_sports. And make sure while you're at it, you guys go and follow us on Twitch and YouTube at WZZN-TV for more than just sports talk. If you want to join in on any of the conversations today or make it audible, call us at 256-576-4977, and this first hour is presented by Fleming Roofing and Restoration, because they come and they get stuff done. They show up. They show up. Yeah. Jinx. And you guys are hanging live with the chillest crew in sports radio. To my left, the one, the only, Bandi Man Bailey Lowry.
Yes, sir.
3 times, because it is a wacky, 4 times. It's a wacky Wednesday. It's a wacky Wednesday.
Oh my goodness, I just keep going.
Oh yeah. How you doing, Bandi?
I'm doing pretty good. I mean, I didn't get too much grinding in yesterday.
Yeah.
But got some good work done, and we got some good esports stories up for today on the play-by-play. And
Okay.
imagine what's going to be coming up on What's Cool.
No, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's going to be coming up on What's Cool. And there's also, I know you told me, you gave me a little hint on what you're going to be talking about today, and I'm very excited for that. We'll hint you guys in. We'll get you guys in on all the stories so you guys can be on the edge of your seat just like I am. But before we do all that stuff, we got to introduce our third host, the guy behind the glass, spinning the tracks, keeping us on the airways. That is one Smokey, Mike Honcho.
Smokey!
Okay.
Hello, boys.
How it do?
Well, at least we're not like Olivia Wilde and Chris Pine over in Venice right now. Have you guys seen any of that crap?
I kind of saw a story about it. I almost tapped on it. I was like, you know what? I don't know either of these people. So
Well, apparently Harry Styles spit on Chris Pine, and he didn't spit on Chris Pine. They had video evidence, and then Florence Pugh's just like, yeah, I don't want to be here.
So we're saying Harry Styles here, okay? The beautiful boy that is Harry Styles.
beautiful
he
boy.
he spit on some somebody and they complained about it?
Oh, it looked like a video looked like he spit on Chris Pine as he was sitting down.
Okay.
At the Venice Film Festival with Olivia Wilde's directorial debut. What is it? Don't Worry, Darling. But apparently a lot of drama has been going through that particular movie, and lovers quarrel as well as Shia LaBeouf suing some people and trying to take it to the man.
Yeah, Shia LaBeouf was a part of this?
Well, he got canned because word was that he's part of that like Me Too movement type thing, and that he could be a little violent at times. Word was Florence Pugh did not want Shia LaBeouf in said particular movie, but then Olivia Wilde said that she fired him, and then come to find out, Shia LaBeouf puts out a video of Olivia Wilde going, "Please stay in the movie."
That's hilarious. That sounds so Shia LaBeouf, honestly. All of this did not surprise me. I just watched the video, by the way. What a way to spit on somebody, honestly. He just goes back, Harry Styles. I'll run it to you guys if you haven't watched the video. You can watch it on YouTube or anything, you find it. But Harry Styles is coming back. He's kind of like all officially just like, nonchalant and then really slick. He just spits right in the guy's
Apparently,
lap.
it's not a spit because of a different angle. It shows that there's like no fluid being transferred or anything like that.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it, but Chris Pine definitely looks down like he did get spit on. So it could have been something like whenever you're like hanging out with your brothers and stuff, and you just want to kind of annoy them and act like you spit on them, but you didn't really, but you make the sound effect and all that stuff. It's kind of like that. These guys are just, they're just, they're
The only
immature.
reason I bring that up is just because you guys have seen in the social media worlds the whole Chris Pine memes that have been going on from Venice, right? Where he just looks completely disinterested, bored, like, save me, Lord, just get me out of Venice, Italy, for the love of... No, I was going to bring it up at What's Cool, but we could just do this real quick. Another thing that was cool that happened in Venice was that Brendan Fraser getting that 6-minute ovation, coming back to the world of Hollywood after they shunned him like anything. And
blacklisted. Straight up blacklisted him.
And word is that he's going to be one of the front runners for the best actor for this year.
Wow. Okay. From nothing to something right there. From something to nothing, from nothing to something. That's how it goes.
He always will be Link to me.
Yeah.
Man.
But what movie is he up for Best Actor?
The Whale is the name.
Oh, The Whale.
It just debuted at the Venice Film Festival, which we will probably see it by about Thanksgiving, Christmas, right before they cut off the awards. But you can follow us on Twitter. I'm at Rose Scholar. The captain's at CPT Cool 420. Bandy's at B Larry 2016.
He's coughing.
There we go. All right.
Disappeared for a second.
Well, yeah. I need a cough button.
Understandable.
And then also, Captain, you took care of everything else.
Yep.
We got a wonderful show today as we're going to get away from a little bit of the college football world. NFL starts tomorrow night.
Woo! Yeah.
Bills and Rams, Thursday night football.
Heck of a game.
We're going to help you make a little bit of quiche.
Mm-hmm.
We got RJ White from Sportsline coming on, the top NFL expert in the top NFL expert in Sportsline over the last 5 years. We're going to go over his power rankings because he sets spreads with his article each week. He sets spreads of what he thinks is going to be based on his power rankings. And then when Vegas odds come out, there's some that have a very big different, as in like 2-point differential, to where this one could be more of a one that I would want to bet on, or instead of fade another one. 49ers and Bears would be one particular to where he's got the line he thinks should be at 9 with his power ranking scale, but the line's at 7.5. I mean, 1.5 in betting world, it means a whole lot of difference.
That's a lot.
No, I don't know what he's talking about at all, honestly.
Shut up! You're the one who lives in Tennessee to be able to do this.
I know. I have the power to bet and all that stuff, but half of this stuff just goes over my head. And also, when I got this little sheet that you gave me earlier, I was just like, okay. And then I was like, oh, this is out of order. And then I had to start flipping around the pages, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna read what I can and get into this show today.
I know, Smokey. We're just looking at him being from Alabama, just like so much wasted potential.
Oh, yeah.
He has all that power but doesn't know what to do with it.
Invested in my
Yeah, I know, right?
401k.
God. Joe Flacco is the quarterback for 4 weeks, at least in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
That's a beautiful thing. It was more Joe Flacco talk I do not hate. I just lost my train of thought because of Joe Flacco.
It's all
Yeah,
right.
that tends to happen around him.
He's a great player, honestly. So.
We have some announcer changes. There are some announcers that are being picked up by ESPN that we will discuss a little bit more. One, probably the hardest working man in the sports world, sports talk world, wrestling world, however you want to put it, as one Pat McAfee has gone to College Game Day and relinquished his announcer duties on Friday Night SmackDown in order to do this, because you can't do a Friday night show national and then try and fly in for a Saturday morning.
I'm telling
show.
you, he's really booking up his schedule. He's doing so much, and you thought, why not do some more? So that's what he did.
We'll discuss that a little bit more, as well as Larry Fitzgerald finding himself in the booth. But, Captain, lead us to see.
All right, well, first off, I want to say that why does Chris Pine look so similar to Chris Hemsworth? That's another thing. I was like, I saw him in the video, and I was like, this guy looks so unfamiliar to me. I have no idea who he is. And then I looked up Chris Pine, like, just in other movies, and he's the guy from Wonder Woman. And I was like, okay, now I remember what he's from. At least from what I've seen him in. I haven't really seen the Star Trek movie and all that stuff, so...
He's James T. Kirk, man.
I mean, he really does look like a sad Liam Hemsworth.
Yeah, he is more of a Liam than he is a
that is
Thor.
true, yes, yeah.
I could do this with my voice.
But yeah, I wanted to. It is Wednesday, September 7th, 2022, and here's what you guys need to know in the sports world today: the Bears. Speaking of the Bears, Smokey. The Bears reveal a new look into the future of a new enclosed stadium that they plan on moving into after the 2026 season, or just around 2026.
Yeah, we need to discuss that a little more, because I think I need to discuss something with you of what you put on the Twitter world earlier about that.
And
Wait, I missed this. What did you put?
We're going to discuss that later.
I say this, okay, guys. I have this in my script, and it'll make you laugh a little bit, Smokey. It honestly looks like a fat Roomba.
That's
chilling,
what it was.
chilling in a big city, or it looks like a block of mozzarella. Either way, the picture is really just kind of goofy. They showed what the future is going to look like, and it literally is just like it looks like it's the block you see on Mars. It's something so weird looking, surreal kind of, that it's just a square in the middle of a city. So, well, kind of off to the side of a city. And so I went onto the Twitter, okay, and I was thinking, should I post this on the Blitz? Because, the Blitz is, we got a little bit of funny to us, so I didn't want to post it on 97.7, okay, our sister station. And then I was like, should I post it on my own account? And I was like, I could do that, but I feel like we'd get more traction if it was for the Blitz. So I thought, hey, this is going to be goofy. So I quickly photoshopped one of those security robots or it's more like the food delivery robots you see on campus at some campuses nowadays. And I just threw it in there, and I was like, yeah, that looks about right. That looks about right. So, yeah, and I guess Smokey's got something to say to me about that one. But what do you got to say? Let's just get it out of the way.
I can't believe that our own particular station is just attacking my fandom in this.
Nobody's
manner.
attacking.
It's attacking.
We're just joking
It's
around.
a big, yeah, you're right. I thought it was a Zamboni at first with what you put out there, but then the fat Roomba made more sense. I was like, is the Zamboni trying to get this block of ice? That's which is really what it is. It's a freaking block of ice.
Yeah, it does. It does.
It kind of looks like a cake.
Yeah,
that too.
It looks like a cake in the style of a marble table.
I can't wait to watch football in the cake.
The cake.
Dude, we're gonna have so much stuff there. They're looking to hold.
They're going to be holding weddings throughout the spring and summer, like mass weddings.
I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt it. But they're going to be planning on holding some national championships, maybe some other bowl games, also probably some Super Bowls in the future. But we gotta just watch and see. But that is, it was just a comedic little thing I found this morning.
That's almost as much smoking that you did putting that up there that Michael Irvin did with having his MVP pick. Did you two catch that last night?
I did not.
I did.
Michael Irvin says that Kirk Cousins is the MVP this year.
All right. I'll hold him to it.
We just all random here in the sports world. Moving on, yet another GOAT playing. Their career's kind of coming to an end. That is a Sue Bird. Her last game was last night against the Las Vegas Aces in the WNBA game, as the Aces take the win in Game 4 to advance to the finals, and it is Sue Bird's final game. I know they had a devastating loss in Game 3. If you guys don't follow WNBA, she's been in the league for the last 21 years, so it's been quite a while, since 2002. We'll be talking a little bit more about that because you know what? I like to respect some of these GOATs. So I put a little bit of time into today's show to focus around her. And moving on from that, fight night almost broke out last night in the Orioles versus Blue Jays game, as Brian Baker dead eyes the Toronto bench while saying some choice words. Both benches cleared, but sadly no fists were thrown as both teams helped out and kind of dissipated the argument. Guys, I'm a simple man, okay? I like sports and I like fights, and when they combine, it's just
I'm
magical.
about to say, did you say unfortunately no fist with the...
It's magical, yeah. But especially in baseball, whenever fights break out in baseball, it's definitely not like football, because football, it's very physical, so it's going to happen. With hockey, it's a part of the game, but there's going to be fights. With baseball, it's such a, it's not physical at all. It's mostly just a bunch of guys playing the good old American sport. And then when something happens, there's got to be something going down on the field. So those fights just mean a little bit more, at least in my opinion. Moving on, Dawson Knox agreed to the contract with the Buffalo Bills that will extend his time in Buffalo through the 2026 season. This contract also makes Knox one of the highest paid tight ends, guaranteed to make $31 million in the 4-year extension. Good for him. I'm glad that the Bills decided to keep him going because I personally think he's a great player in fantasy. I think he's a great player on the field, and he deserves it. So go off, Dawson Knox. Moving on, like Smokey said earlier, Zach Wilson will be out for 4 weeks. Joe Flacco is at the helm, and this poses the question. Okay, Jets, we don't predict them to have a lot of wins in the first place. With Joe Flacco, he hasn't really been showing out these last few years. So we're going to decide which games do you think he might win. Okay, so first game's up. All right, he's going against the Ravens. I think that's going to be a W. No, I'm joking. That's going to be an L. Week 2.
Better be, I got Lamar Jackson on my team.
Well, hey, Lamar Jackson could do well, but it's just up to the Ravens defense to really show out. And hopefully Joe Flacco, it's good to see him going up against his old team. Next up is the Jets versus the Browns. Yes, it's all AFC North teams in the first 4 games. So they go up against the Browns. That's going to be maybe a closer one, but I think the Browns will be fine with that one. Then they go up against the Bengals, another loss, and the Steelers. So I'm seeing a possible 1-3 start.
I'm seeing an 0-4.
But yeah, 0-4 is probably more realistic. But Steelers and Browns might be their best chance at winning. I think with Zach Wilson, they would probably beat it's really, even with Zach Wilson, we haven't seen enough of his stellar play, especially him going into season 2 where, he's going to have a lot of growth. So hopefully we can see what he's doing. Hopefully he's not distracted with any MILFs, but that's another story. Moving on, Xbox has finally announced that pre-orders for the new Elite Controller 2 will be cheaper than the original. But it won't come with the additional items such as the carrying case and extra thumbsticks. The new controller retails for $130 compared to the old one sitting at $180. So snag them while you can because a lot of this stuff gets bought out pretty quick, and you might not be able to get another chance until maybe next year. So I might be picking it up. I don't really need those extra thumbsticks, but be cautious with those Elite controllers because I hear a lot of things go wrong with them at times. Okay.
Yeah, I'm still chilling with a wired Xbox One controller that I bought for $60 and it still works perfectly.
Yeah. You can usually be, good with what you got, but depending on if you're a very hardcore gamer or you're just a huge Xbox fan, you might want to pick the Xbox Elite controller up only because it is pretty cool and it has some additional features, additional buttons, and all that stuff. But I think I'll stick to the buttons that are already on my controller because I already, I have to deal with those ones, and I don't even touch the D-pad.
Actually, I will admit, on that same wired controller, I gotta figure out a way to disable that button that's like on the back.
Yeah.
Never left thumbstick interesting because it's automatically mapped to up on the D-pad.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so I can't play. So I can barely play multiverses with it because up is taunt in that game.
There's probably going to be a setting where you can I don't know. What button do they even like name that as? Those extra buttons. It just, you don't know? You don't know?
I don't know.
Well, that's just
I can't figure it out.
something that you're going to have to try and figure out. Or just, if you can remap it to something that's, you know, you're never using, like left on the D-pad. Something on the D-pad at least. Maybe like the taunt. No, don't do the taunt, because if you accidentally click the taunt, you're going to be taunting mid-fight. But
Oh yeah, God forbid I'm playing any other game and I just jump in the middle while I'm trying to block.
That is true. That is true. Coming up on today's show, like I said, we're going to be talking about Sue Bird a little bit more in the cool segment, as well as some wacky stuff on the border from Mexico to Texas. Maybe some crazy stuff's going on there. You can only probably guess what's going on there. But Bandi, what do you got going on today's play-by-play on a Wacky Wednesday?
You know what? We got the Warzone North American Finals are today. The World Series of Warzone.
I think you told me about that yesterday. You were like, whoa, this is going on. And then you went through the details. So let the people know what the details are with that one.
Yeah. So right now we got basically 40 squads of teams. Like 40 teams of 3 are going to be dropping into 5 private matches of Warzone. And then at the very end, every single player is going to hop into what they call a YOLO solo game. And that it's going to be just a solo game between everybody.
Okay.
And the winner of that gets an extra $100,000.
Okay, big money.
Yeah.
Big money to be won.
Got some notable YouTubers playing in it as well, but I'll tell you more about that later. And you know what? Maybe also PlayStation CEO is not very happy with Xbox right now.
Oh yeah, I like some beef. Why is it though? Like just like a little scratch the surface a little bit for the people.
Okay, so because of Xbox announcing that Call of Duty is going to be coming to Game Pass, something I reported on a little bit pretty late last week, but PlayStation's CEO is coming out and saying that they're not happy with the deal. So they're not happy with that deal, and he's been very public about it.
Okay. So I'm excited to talk more about that because this is a subject that we all know very well and we all like to talk about because it is gaming. And you know what? We're just a bunch of gamers hanging out in this office, talking about sports, talking about mostly Xbox stuff, but still everything else under the sun. And then we got Smokey at the end of the show talking about his DF3. We're very excited for that. But don't forget, RJ White will be coming on with us from Sportsline? Is that what
Sportsline.
Sportsline, yeah.
He's also the managing editor of the CBS website, CBS
Okay.
Sports.
Okay.
So Sportsline's a part of CBS just in the betting aspect.
Okay, there you go. He's coming up on the show, and that'll be exciting because I just cannot get enough of NFL football. And you know what? I may not know betting lines as well as you guys, but I think I know football just as much as you guys. But yeah, I'm very excited for it. So yeah, we're gonna be talking about that, and it's gonna be a great show. And you guys make sure you don't touch that dial because you are listening to the Afternoon Blitz.
The tech show's on this month. I was thinking of looking at home security systems.
Oh, cool. I'll go with you. We're looking for more home security ideas, too. That's why I called Budget Blinds.
Budget blinds?
Look at this.
A remote for the blinds.
Yep, motorized.
Okay, well, that's beyond cool. I love it. But what does it have to do with home security?
Oh, they also come with a timer. The blinds and drapes open themselves in the morning, close in the evening.
Oh, so it looks like somebody's home even when you're not.
Exactly, and I saved a bunch of money. Sally saved a bunch of money.
Ha, but you'll take the credit.
Yeah.
My brother, the tech genius.
Thanks, man.
Now, give me that remote.
Budget Blinds motorized window coverings are the ultimate in luxury, and during the Luxury Within Reach event, they're even more affordable. The more you buy, the more you save, with savings up to $2,000. Hurry and call 855-BUDGET-BLINDS now before this offer ends, or go online to budgetblinds.com. Don't miss out. Call 855-BUDGET-BLINDS now. Offer good on select products at participating independently owned and operated franchises. Restrictions may apply. Ask for details.
This is Wes Neighbors with Philip with Eagle Insulation, and we have an announcement to make.
Yes, Wes, we are now Eagle Masonry and Insulation. Still a place to call for your installation needs, but now we offer masonry services.
What kind of masonry projects can you handle?
Wes, no job is too big, no job is too small. We can do renovations, new construction, outdoor fireplaces, fire pits, brick landscape borders.
Well, when you came out to my house, you did both the insulation and masonry at the same time. You guys did rock for me, you did brick for me, and you insulated my house. That's usually done at the same time that you're building a house.
Absolutely. It really capitalizes on two services you need at the same time, and you can get one company to handle both of those.
fill up with Eagle Insulation, will come out, do your installation. He'll do your masonry. They do a great job. They guarantee your work. Check out more online at insulatedwitheagle.com and schedule your free examination today. 256-755-1556.
Thanks, Wes.
Great food and the best live entertainment is what it's all about at the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill. Head to downtown Huntsville every Tuesday for karaoke on the only outdoor karaoke stage in North Alabama. Thursday night is the Valley's longest running and biggest bike night. Food and drink specials, giveaways, and live music on the patio. And the Furniture Factory menu is fully loaded with options from steaks to salads, plus a whole lot more. Featuring a weekday happy hour that starts at 3. 619 Meridian Street, downtown Huntsville, and online at FurnitureFactoryBarGrill.com.
Guys, when we were 20, we never had to worry about spontaneity. And now that we've gotten older, spontaneity has been replaced with pills and injections. We're just trying to keep that intimacy, but it's taken away from spontaneity. At Advanced Life Clinic, we now offer GainsWave, which uses sound waves to non-invasively treat this issue with no need for pills or injections. Just give us a call, 256-888-9367, or check us out online, advancedlifeclinic.com.
I'm a firefighter.
A teacher.
I'm a farmer. I'm a barber.
A waitress. A mom.
We're all part of your community.
Every day we move in and out of each other's busy lives.
It's easy to take for granted all the little moments that make up our everyday.
Some are good, others not so much.
But that's life.
It's when you experience a moment of uncertainty.
Something or someone's behavior that doesn't seem quite right.
These are the moments to take a pause.
Because if something doesn't feel right, it's probably not.
It's not about paranoia
or being afraid.
It's about standing up and protecting our communities.
One detail at a time.
Because a lot of little details can become a pattern.
We
trust our instincts.
Just like you should.
Because only you know what's not supposed to be in your everyday.
So protect your everyday.
If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
Listen to the wind blow, watch the sun rise. Run in the shadows.
Welcome back to a wacky Wednesday here in No Man's Land. Welcome to the Afternoon Blitz on the Tennessee Valley Blitz Sports Radio Network. If you want to join in on any of the calls or any of the conversations tonight, call us at 256-576-4977. And honestly, it feels like tonight because I'm sounding like a late-night talk show host, being very calm in your ear, all that stuff. But we're having a great time today on this wacky Wednesday. To my left, Bandyman Lowry. To my right, Smokey Mike Honcho, keeping us on the airways, keeping the tracks a-flacking. And this first hour is presented by Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Got to throw them out there. Got to love them. Got to love them. They show up. Isn't that right, Bailey?
Indeed, they show up.
They do. And you're live hanging with the chillest crew. In sports radio, we got a lot to talk about. Guys, it's about to be the cool segment. And this is pretty cool. We got some cool stuff we're talking about, all right? Sue Bird is a legend. And she's calling it a career, okay? And we all knew that, but we didn't know when it was going to happen, at least, until last night. Other than that, we're also going to be talking about some cocaine. But that's all coming up on What's Cool.
It's getting hot in here.
I forgot I didn't tell you guys about that other story being related to cocaine, so sorry about that. That's a spicy meatball.
So it's time to cool down with Captain Cool.
That's right.
You know what cool is?
Sue Bird.
You're looking at.
Okay. All right, like I said, talking about Sue Bird, but I want to talk about Pat McAfee first. Joining College Game Day. Let me tell you, that show's about to be 10 times more entertaining just by having his face. I've never been this excited to have a guy on a show. Like I don't know. He just brings the energy. He knows what he's doing. Good stuff right there. But let's go on to our normal stories, our main stories, the coolest stories here. Sue Bird. She is the GOAT of the WNBA. There's no doubt about that. And Tuesday night was the last time she'll play on a court, at least from what we know. But after the devastating 97-92 loss in Game 4 against the Las Vegas Aces, it ends for now. Now, for someone like me, the WNBA was far from a top priority, seeing how I don't even watch much of the NBA itself, okay? I don't watch too much of the NBA. Bandi knows that. Smokey knows that. I'm just kind of here. Whenever you guys talk about that type of stuff, my brain just goes blank, and I think about dogs jumping over fences. But respecting a living legend is something that I'm pretty good at, okay? So I can give them the farewell that is needed. Back in 2002, Sue Bird was drafted number 1 overall out of UConn to the Seattle Storm, where she played the rest of her 21-year career. Just imagine, okay? Now, I'm going to compare this to working a normal job at a Walmart. I've never worked at a Walmart. I just want you guys to know that. But she stayed with this team for 21 years. I don't think I could stay with you guys on this show for the next 2 years, okay? No, I'm joking. I don't want to say that. Not because I don't like these guys. I love these guys. All right? I love you, Smokey. I love you, Bandi. All right? Just a little bit of love for those guys. But
I'm just going to sip my tea over here.
Just sip your tea. Maybe play that Vine boom sound. I haven't heard that in a day. But I will say, being on the same organization for that long, I mean, she must have never wanted to go anywhere else. She must have had a great time there. So I will say, respect her for staying in Seattle, first off, for 21 years. And then respect to her for staying on the same team for 21 years. While at the Storm, she won 4 WNBA championships. She became the all-time WNBA assist leader at 3,234. The all-time WNBA win leader at 333. I don't know if that's right. I feel like she's played a lot of games. She's a 13-time WNBA All-Star, and she's a member of the W25, which if you guys don't know what that is the team that consists of the 25 greatest and most influential players in WNBA history. So, that's kind of a big deal. Okay, I don't know, but I will say this. Can you, Bandi, name another woman that is on that WNBA or that WNBA W25 list?
On a W25 list?
Yes. Have you even heard of the W25 list?
I have not.
Okay. Well, either way, it's a feat to be to behold. Okay. She walks away from her playing career with 3,803 or 600. 800. I am just all just like discombobulated right now, okay? 6,803 points under her belt, and a whole lot of loving fans that hate to see her go. Memes about the WNBA will never fully go away, but you cannot deny that Bird made us take the league a little bit more serious. Farewell to the GOAT, and we can't wait to see what the future holds for you. See ya! Now, I've never watched her actually play a game. I'm going to be honest.
And you gave that just amazing review as Sue Bird. We haven't watched her play a game yet?
Well, I haven't watched her play a game. I haven't watched a full game of WNBA. I don't even think I've watched a full quarter of that. I don't, like I said, I don't watch a lot of basketball. I don't watch a lot of NBA stuff. I don't watch a lot of WNBA stuff. The only time I really get excited for basketball is during March Madness. Okay, because that's when the bracket's going. I see all these teams. I don't really need to know the players and stuff like that. I can kind of make assumptions on who's going to be good, who's not going to be good. I never do good on the bracket, but sometimes I surprise myself, and it doesn't really matter because it's really just up to me whether I'm happy with what I do on the bracket or not, because I know I'm not going to win it. Nobody's going to win it, except for maybe that one guy that went into the future, which I don't even think he did it right. But, yeah, I still want to respect the living legend, okay? That is, to say the least. Moving on, guys. This is the wacky story because it is Wacky Wednesday. We don't get a lot of these stories, all right? There's not too many of them flying around. At least not that I know of. If you guys know any crazy stories, make sure you guys call in and maybe do it audible. Call us at 256-576-4977. But this wacky story caught my eye. Okay. This news is from last week. Okay, I will be honest with you. But I don't care because I'm going to pass it on to you because I doubt you guys have really heard about it. Okay, on Monday last week, a tractor trailer carrying a shipment of baby wipes was pulled over for a secondary inspection in Laredo, Texas. The Laredo, Columbia Solidarity Bridge that is located on the border of Mexico and Texas, just so you guys know exactly where this is located, okay? With the help of some drug-sniffing doggos, the inspection was able to find not only baby wipes, but also a little over 1,500 pounds of cocaine. That's right. Oh, yeah, that's right. 1,500 pounds. In other words, 1,500 pounds of cocaine. Okay. Now, what's that worth on the streets? Guys, let me tell you, okay? Let's just say nearly $12 million.
$12 million?
$12 million worth of cocaine found in baby wipe packaging in a truck. Just in a truck, which is normal.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Cocaine.
Thank you, Smokey.
There you go. Okay, I didn't know who played that one. Honestly, I was just like, I looked at Bandi first. I looked at Smokey, but yeah, that's a lot of.
Rick James is right in his analysis right there.
Oh, geez, 12 million. I mean, just go play like baseball or football or something. You can make that pretty easily. But some might say that the Border Patrol struck gold with this one, literally, because I mean, $12 million worth of drugs. It's pretty crazy. They could just go off and sell it secondhand. But you know what? I don't think they're gonna, because I respect the government. And I think they're smarter than that. Maybe, I don't know. But it sucks to be in the cocaine business. Just imagine waiting for months to get that haul of cocaine with hundreds of cracked out customers waiting for their snowy white goodness, which I don't condone at all.
You're saying some street terms there, my friend.
Yeah, it's just because, you know what? You know, born in New York, you know what? I know I see some things. You know. I've been there for like 1 year in my life. But yeah. You can't really just turn them away like normal customers. Unlike the typical local businesses, those customers might get a little physical, a little rowdy. At the end of the day, though, doggos saved the day, and don't do drugs, kids. Don't do drugs. But yeah, that's kind of it with the cool stories today.
I mean, I was kind of imagining with that last story, just that kind of a similar one where it was that truck that crashed over on the side, but all it spilled was like Alfredo sauce or something. Was it?
Yeah.
Was it Alfredo sauce?
It was some. What was it? It's that sauce that you get at the Mexican restaurants. I believe it. I think it was. Was it? It was.
Drugs are bad. You shouldn't do drugs.
Drugs. That was a little late. But I mean, cocaine could be. I mean, queso could be another name for queso. I'll get my stuff together. I'm like trying to piece together the pieces right now.
Stop talking about the white lady.
All right, I'm done talking about that. Even though, like, what would you guys do? No, I'm joking. What do you got to contribute today, Bandi, into the cool segment?
Okay, so have you all played Final Fantasy VII?
No.
Or at least heard of it?
Yes.
Well, you heard that I got a remake.
I did hear that I got a remake, and it looked pretty dope.
Well, guess what? You can now demake the remake.
Okay.
You can demake the remake because a new mod has come out to actually bring back the really low poly PlayStation 1 era graphics into the Final Fantasy VII remake.
So it doesn't go back to the Final Fantasy VII original graphics. It just makes the new remake of Final Fantasy VII just look like it's from the PlayStation 1.
Yeah, well, what it does, it has all the high-end graphics for the environment. It all looks pretty. You're playing as Cloud, Aerith, Tifa, any of the main party members. It's back to their old PlayStation 1 models.
Okay, so they'll just, okay. All right. That's actually kind of dope. I will agree with that. I thought you were going to say it was kind of like with Halo, how they did the Halo 1 Master Chief anniversary, whatever it was, where you can press a button and you're able to go back to the old game, or you can switch back to the remastered version, which most games should do nowadays. I don't know why Halo did it, and I feel like not a lot of other games did it, but I thought you were going to say that the people who made the game added it in, but being able to get a mod is just as easy, so why not?
Hey, that's part of the reason I enjoy PC gaming so much, is that a lot of these single-player games, a lot of the modding community just release like skin packs of other characters, or they just create some of their own stuff for it that people can download for free.
Yeah, I know. I wish Xbox had a little bit more support with those mods. I remember them talking a lot about it back at like 2017 about mods coming to Xbox, at least like with Fallout 4. I remember them talking about that. I don't know if that ever happened. It would be sick to have mod capability, but just not how it is.
Hey, one of my favorite things to do is to mod all the fighting games I play.
What do you like to do in those games when it comes to modding?
But Guilty Gear Strive, one of the big things, whenever you get a counter hit, it will go like counter and like flash it on the screen.
Okay.
I replace that counter sound with the Taco Bell ding sound.
Okay, yeah. Of course, the guy that has the soundboard that just has memes on it, he just replaced it with memes. So, typical.
Surprised he doesn't have any Wendy's with how much he eats of that.
Wendy's is good.
It is good.
Yeah. Plus, you get the $5 biggie bag.
Yeah, the big
Little
bag's always
sponsorship.
good.
And it's cheap.
Little sponsorship. Hardee's
Little cheaper.
Yeah, Hardee's. I always got them mixed up. Hardee's and Wendy's. Because Hardee's used to have this like, you could buy something for $5 and you get two full-on big sandwiches. Unlike with Wendy's, where you get kind of a medium-sized sandwich. But I miss that. I miss that from Hardee's. They took it. I remember when they took it out. It was a devastating day. But
No,
that's
what was it, the 4 for $5 or something like that?
It might have been the 4 for $4. Chad says in the back.
4 for $4.
That just seems too ridiculous of a price to not pass up on, like Hardee's.
Chad knows what he's talking
Yeah, he does.
Oh, he said 5 for $5.
Okay.
Oh, the 4 for $4 and the Biggie 5.
Is that Hardee's or Wendy's?
Wendy's.
I'm so confused.
Okay.
Wendy's has the 4 for $4 and the Biggie bag.
Yeah, I know. I knew that much. I was wondering what Hardee's old
one.
one.
With Hardee's because they had a spicy chicken sandwich and then like a small burger as well. As
You get like that was always quality. And then Burger King. If you guys didn't hear about this, I will have to do a crispy chicken sandwich review. They took out the chicken. What is it? The chicken king thingy. The Chiking sandwich.
How stupid is that?
They took it out though. So now it's just like some flat patty. At least this is what the Tom told me, all right?
That's the OG, the original chicken sandwich.
I don't think it is like that, though. He says he made it out to be more like a high school chicken sandwich patty that you get. Like, you know those flat ones that are perfectly circular, you know?
Oh, you mean the ones that were like $1.50 on the a la carte that was the bomb compared to the other cafeteria food?
Exactly. They weren't the bomb for me. I don't know what cuisine you were eating back in the day, but I definitely wasn't getting any bomb sandwiches.
The pasta at Grissom High School was where it was at.
Oh, there you go.
I love that Chad just immediately, yes!
Yeah, Chad knows it just as well.
Chad knows what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, hey, whenever I went to Huntsville High, I never got any of the public like lunch food. I always brought my stuff.
This guy.
No, I either always brought it or I just went out during lunch on senior year and just went out and got fast food.
He's like, I shan't eat with these peasants. but no, what I had to do with my chicken sandwich, last time we were talking about chicken sandwich, and then I want to hear what you got to say, Smokey, what your funny, cool story is. I used to put cookies, sesame seeds, not sesame seeds, the sunflower seeds that had like the flavoring on them. I used to put Rice Krispie treats if I could get a hold of them, and then I used to put barbecue sauce on my chicken sandwich just to make it taste good. Did I say cookies? Because I put cookies on it.
You put a cookie.
I have a video of it, dude. The insides of it. But moving on, Smokey, cool story. Throw it in here.
Well, I got a couple, and I know you two aren't exactly. You're more of the novice of the professional wrestling aspect.
I don't care.
There's some interesting stuff going on. First and foremost, local big-time podcaster, one Mr. Conrad Thompson, who has like 8 different podcasts. Literally has 8 different podcasts going. They were having an event going on this weekend, and him as well as, let's see, let me make sure I got all the people in there correctly. Let's see, we got Mick Foley, we got Jim Ross, we got Tony Schiavone, we got Ric Flair, we got Eric Bischoff, we got Jeff Jarrett, we've got Arn Anderson. They all had a round table, and it was dubbed Money for Mongo, as they were raising funds for Steve Mongo McMichael, who is going through AOS, and anybody who has seen pictures of him in the last like month, 2 months, yeah, that's not Mongo. That is just... But right now, they are still raising funds for Steve Mongo McMichael at moneyformongo.com. They're sitting at over $17,000 right now, so that is a good setup. But we've got drama.
I like drama, you know.
Oh, boy, this is some drama. So just a little bit of backstory.
Okay.
WWE and AEW had pay-per-view events this weekend.
Yeah.
WWE's was in Cardiff, Wales. It was called Clash for the Castle. It was your standard operating procedure, ho-hum, things went by smoothly. AEW had their All Out in Chicago.
Chicago.
Not exactly. There's some things that were not as good, but both had similar things that are a little bit of new in the American professional wrestling setup, because the Japanese have done this a whole bunch of times. New Japan especially is the big off, having a press conference after said event. And press conferences of like what happened here, and some could be real, some could be kayfabe.
That's actually not a bad idea.
So Triple H had a little bit of a discussion of Triple H, who is now the chief content operator of WWE.
It's crazy to think about.
I know, right?
It is so crazy.
Shawn Michaels, HBK, is now VP of Talent Relations.
They're just throwing people in jobs. They're just like, here you go.
Oh,
you
no,
can have
no,
this.
no. They're not throwing people in jobs. These two do good jobs at what they're at right now. But the press conference was just basically like, all right, yeah, we're combining NXT UK with the regular NXT. We're going to create more global brands like NXT Europe, NXT Australia, make it more like a World Cup style, yada, yada, yada.
Okay.
Simple, easy, not newsworthy, except for the expansion. AEW, on the other hand, oh boy. Now, AEW's president is known by the name of Tony Khan.
Okay.
Does that name sound familiar to you guys?
Yeah, Star Trek.
No.
Khan!
Not that Khan, but another Khan.
Okay.
Khan.
As in, Tony Khan is the son of Shad Khan.
Ooh.
No, does Khan ring a bell?
It's making sense, yeah.
Shad Khan being the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars and Manchester United. Tony Khan also owns Fulgham in the Premiership. Well, I think they're in the second tier of the Premiership over there. Anyway, he hosted a press conference, and they had AEW champion CM Punk in there, and he decided to shoot. Do you guys understand the term of a shoot?
Question. Giving him a question.
No. Work is just basically, some people say don't work yourself into a shoot or shoot yourself into a work.
Oh.
Work being something that was scripted, something that was set up. Shoot is real life. And Punk just decided to go off and complain about the wrestling media going against him and telling on one side of the story with the executive vice presidents of Kenny Omega and Matt and Nick Jackson, also known as the Young Bucks, who became Trios champions. And then a brawl ensued backstage. Legit.
It was a legit one. It wasn't fake scripted anything.
No, it wasn't even cameras or anything like that. It was just reported about 30 minutes after the press conference, because Punk pissed everybody off, that there was an all-out knockout, drag-out brawl, that chairs were thrown.
Oh my gosh, we finally get some real life like wrestling, some crazy fights going on, and they didn't even get the cameras to see any of it.
No.
That's disappointing.
But the thing is that reason why I bring that up is AEW Dynamite is on TBS this evening, and it looks like somebody's getting fired.
Oh, no.
Because of the situation. And the last time that anybody was holding a world championship of a certain organization and got fired was Ric Flair in 1991. Because the promoter of WCW at the time, Jim Herd, wanted him to change his look and have an earring. Instead of the classic Flair look going on. So, word is that there have been 8 people suspended.
Jeez.
There's going to be some firings. And AEW is in complete shambles, and I am here for the drama of television this evening on TBS.
You'd think they wouldn't be that serious about this stuff, because, I mean, they do that fake fighting, though, all the time in backstage. So.
But when it's real fighting, and when the number 2 of AEW, who also happens to be the head of legal for AEW and the Jacksonville Jaguars, and there's also police reports of assault going on.
Oh, come on, dude. That's when you know. All the kids are going to know, like, what is this going on? Don't they all do this all backstage? There's no ratification. There is. You don't do that. It's a professional workplace, even though I'm all for it as well. So give me a high five through the window.
But, yeah, so that has been the talk of the wrestling world, as in some people got worked into a shoot, and now it's going to be firings and suspensions and all sorts of drama, and AEW is going to have like their 4th different champion in less than 2 months because of injuries and suspensions and firings.
Jeez. Well, hopefully they are able to edge out all the bad crap that's going on over there. And I like the whole expansion idea, by the way. I think that is a great idea. You know, we want to get more of these worldwide wrestlers that don't get enough recognition in the game. So I'm all for that.
I know Yorkie is a big fan of Australians.
Yeah. Australian wrestling is crazy, by the way, if you haven't seen it. Dude, the rattlesnakes being thrown, freaking, it's
Wait,
crazy.
rattlesnakes?
Yeah, man, rattlesnakes.
Dude,
Why, live rattlesnakes?
Yeah.
They throw them in the ring.
They do whatever they
Seen
want.
a live snake in a ring before?
Not a rattlesnake.
There have been God, all the sorts of animals that have been live in a wrestling show.
That's the land down under, all right?
I believe there was one time a camel, they had a camel for WWE, and it actually took a dump in the entranceway.
That's perfect. That's perfect. I mean,
but, yeah, that's all I
sets
got.
the tone. Sets the tone. But when we come back, guys, we're going to be wrapping up hour number 1, which is presented by Fleming Roof and Restoration. And we're also going to be previewing hour number 2 and getting ready to talk to some RJ White from Sportsline. Can't wait to do that. That's all coming up on the Afternoon Blitz.
The Blitz has been called.
Are you tired of chasing a roofing contractor to show up on time or even show up at all? I'm Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Our motto at Fleming Roofing is we show up. Our goal at Fleming Roofing is to provide the reliable customer service that you deserve, and we have the resources to meet all of your roofing needs: residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. We are manufacturer certified for roof coatings, single-ply membranes, and asphalt shingles. Whenever you need a roofing professional you can count on, call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We are committed to finding the solution that meets your needs. We don't have quotas or heavy-handed sales tactics. Fleming Roofing, we have expert experience. We show up. Free estimates, residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. Check us out at FlemingHSV.com. FlemingHSV.com. When you need a quick response, it's Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Do you have discomfort in your legs? Varicose veins can affect not only how your legs look, but how they feel. Symptoms of varicose veins include pain, swelling, aching, heaviness, and fatigue. Dr. Tracy Lowry of Best Vein Care of Huntsville can diagnose and treat your varicose veins with the latest minimally invasive techniques. Diagnosis and treatment is covered by most insurances. Call 256-715-7151 to schedule your free screening. Go to bestveincarehuntsville.com.
McCurry Motors is your car and van rental headquarters. You can rent the vehicle you need today. Family in town, sporting event, church function, no matter what your need, McCurry Motors has you covered with a wide selection of cars and vans available for rent. They have 12-passenger Mercedes Sprinter vans, 12-passenger Ford Transit vans, 15-passenger Ford Transit vans, and 15-passenger Chevrolet Express vans. They have 2 locations, Highway 72 in Athens or Max Luther Drive in Huntsville.
When I chose a garage door company, I did my homework. I needed Precision Overhead Garage Door Service. They have a 5-star Google rating. I checked their reviews and liked what their customers had to say. Precision Overhead Garage Door has lifetime warranty packages. Same-day service if I call before 2 p.m. If they can't make it the same day, my service call fee the next day is waived. They did a 25-point safety inspection on the door and operator. Now that's peace of mind. Residential, commercial, and gate services. Precision Overhead Garage Door Service. Call 256-400-4500.
This hour of the Blitz is brought to you by Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Online at FlemingHSV.com.
You've got to experience Toyotathon at Bill Penny Toyota. They've got the selection with over 700 new Toyotas to choose from. And they've got the extras with Bill Penny perks and a 10-year unlimited warranty. So get on over to Bill Penny Toyota today and experience Toyotathon. Bill Penny Toyota in Huntsville and online at BillPennyToyota.com. Bill Penny's Toyota 10-year unlimited warranty is valid through the 10th year of ownership. Valid on new vehicles only. See dealer for details.
How long does it take to get to the forest?
That's not far.
What are we gonna do? Hike? Sure. Are we there yet?
Yep, it's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. Visit discovertheforest.org, brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
The Blitz has been called.
And welcome back, everyone, to the Afternoon Blitz here on the Tennessee Valley Blitz Sports Network. I'm your host, the Bandi Man, joined on my right by Captain Cool. Yo. And in the glass booth, making sure we stay on the air, our always reliable producer, Smokey My Concho.
Hello.
If you want to join the show real quick, you can call in at 256-576-4977, or you can follow us on Twitter at the Blitz_sports, Facebook at the Blitz Sports Radio, and you can follow me at B Lowry 2016, Captain Cool at CPT Cool 420, and Smokey My Concho at Rose Scholar.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, one thing I kind of wanted to talk about real quick is actually this UFC fight just got finalized, Smokey, since I know you actually watch a little bit of fighting yourself too.
Oh,
but
I believe I know what you're talking about.
Dustin Poirier versus Michael Chandler.
Yep, I saw that. That Poirier is one that I am a fan of watching his fighting technique.
I had to like lightweight fights. They always just seem to be the most scrappy.
Most
you know
definitely.
what I mean?
And the way the style, well, it's all about the style. Lightweights, as you lower down in weight class, the power of the punch is not as mighty as that's probably the best choice for it.
It's not as mighty.
Not as mighty like the mighty Thor.
And you're not getting as much power behind, say, as say like a Derek Lewis or a Butterbean.
Butterbean.
You and your Derek Lewis, man.
I love Derek Lewis.
You're right. You're absolutely right on that one. It's just the lightweights. They have more fast-paced action and more. Granted, their knockouts, while not as much as say like heavyweight, light heavyweight, their knockouts are more spectacular than the heavier weight classes offer.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the fights, I mean, you think about it just going back. I'm just thinking of his last two fights, Dustin Poirier, like when he took down Conor McGregor back-to-back, it just kind of unfortunate he lost to Oliveira in his last match. But going against Chandler, I think Poirier is going to turn this one. I think he's going to win this one, 100%.
Who was one of the Paul brothers about to fight? Do you guys see anything about that?
Oh, yeah, that's boxing, but he's fighting Anderson Silva.
Well, yeah,
Jake Paul.
I wanted to go over to boxing just because, when it comes down to fighting, we're all in the leagues of our own. He's fighting Anderson Silva. Is that Jake Paul fighting him?
That is Jake Paul because
Sheesh.
Logan Paul is the one doing WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and he's good at it, too. I've seen some clips.
I can't really keep up with all this stuff, but he better be good at it. I mean, he was doing YouTube. He was doing Disney, so, I mean, he might be.
They actually, signed Logan to a legit contract.
I saw whenever that happened, but I just get my brothers mixed up, and they're both just terrible. But either way, I mean, they could be good at whatever they do, I guess. They're from Cleveland, so, I mean, it makes sense. But you always want to just step into one of those fights, because even if you hate the guy, you want to see how he does, because both Jake Paul and Logan Paul they know how to entertain, and even if you say the fights might be fake, it doesn't really matter, because we're all just having fun watching them anyway.
Jake Paul, I can't wait for him to finally lose. Anderson Silva might be the one to do it.
I hope.
He is a former UFC fighter. He's not as focused towards grappling as a lot of Jake Paul's past opponents have been, but he's still up there. But Anderson Silva's he's a different beast.
That's why I wanted to do the transition over to this fight, because you guys are talking about UFC, and I wanted to talk about UFC fighters going into the ring against some amazing opponents, a.k.a. the Paul brothers. Say it as you will.
Oh, that does it for hour number 1 of the Afternoon Blitz. Hour number 2, we've got RJ White from Sportsline. We're going to be talking NFL lines and a little bit of power rankings, too, from Mr. RJ White. So we'll do that on the other side at the top of the hour. You're listening to the Afternoon Blitz.
With us today, Dr. Tracy Lowry of Best Vein Care of Huntsville.
When we evaluate a patient and they indeed have significant venous disease, most third-party payers, private insurance, Medicare, require us to treat every patient conservatively at least 90 days. Conservative treatment includes increasing ambulation, elevation of the legs, and the wearing of compression stockings. It's very common for folks to come see us in March or April wanting to have their veins fixed before they go into swimsuits starting in June. When we see someone in March or April, they're going to require at least 90 days of conservative treatment before we can even go to the insurance carrier to get permission to treat their veins. So if you think you have a venous problem, now is the time to come in and get a free screening so we can determine whether or not you need something evaluated. If you have a vein problem or you think you may have a vein problem, now's the time to contact us at bestveincarehuntsville.com.
Hey folks, this is Arthur Seaton, managing partner at University Kia, here letting you know we are proud supporters of Madison Academy football. Stop into the University Kia today and shop our large selection of new Kias, including the all-new Telluride 8-passenger SUV, the stylish new K5, and sporty new Seltos. Visit universitykia.com to view all our great offers and get pre-approved in minutes so you can drive home your new Kia today, because we want to see you in a Kia. Go Mustangs!
At Bryant Bank, we believe your goals are worth chasing, and every step along the way is worth celebrating. From your hopes for the future to the challenges that keep you up at night, we're here for you. Bryant Bankers put care into action to help you live legendary by stepping up when you need us most and doing what's right, even when no one is watching. Come experience a local bank whose people greet you by name and treat you like family. Bryant Bank, member FDIC.
This is Wes Neighbors with Philip with Eagle Insulation, and we have an announcement to make.
Yes, Wes, we are now Eagle Masonry and Insulation. Still a place to call for your installation needs, but now we offer masonry services.
What kind of masonry projects can you handle?
Wes, no job is too big, no job is too small. We can do renovations, new construction, outdoor fireplaces, fire pits, brick landscape borders.
Well, when you came out to my house, you did both the insulation and masonry at the same time. You guys did rock for me, you did brick for me, and you insulated my house. That's usually done at the same time that you're building a house.
Absolutely. It really capitalizes on two services you need at the same time, and you can get one company to handle both of those.
Philip with Eagle Insulation will come out, do your installation. He'll do your masonry. They do a great job. They guarantee your work. Check out more online at insulatedwitheagle.com. and schedule your free examination today. 256-755-1556.
Thanks, Wes.
This hour of The Blitz is brought to you by Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Online at FlemingHSV.com. Welcome to the evolution of sports radio.
You see, in this industry, just like in life, everything evolves.
Call 256-576-4977 to make your audible for The Blitz.
That man is playing Galaga. Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
It's the Afternoon Blitz. Here are your hosts, Smokey, Captain Cool, and the Bandi Man.
Hour number 2 is live here on a wacky Wednesday in no man's land, as Captain Cool likes to say.
Oh, yeah.
Smokey here with Captain Cool and the Bandi Man, taking you guys here on this afternoon blitz all the way up to 4 bells. 256-576-4977 is the phone number to get in and call your audible for the blitz, but not now. As now we have a guy that does an excellent job with the NFL for Sportsline. He is one Mr. R.J. White. R.J., good afternoon. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. I've been waiting all summer, and we're finally here. So we got a football game coming up tomorrow, and I'm excited for it.
You damn right we're finally here. It felt like forever, but now we are here. And one thing that I love about Sportsline and going through this is you get different aspects for different people on how they come up to where their selections are. And you're one that does more so of a power ranking setup, which very intrigues me. And I want to know more about it, but we can figure that out later, because first and foremost, we need to talk games. And tomorrow night's game, you have a major power rating for Bills and Rams. At Buffalo, you got as a +7. The Rams you got as a +5, but then you use a 2-point power rating for a home field advantage, and your projected line for this one was a pick'em, and right now we're looking at 2.5, 3 right now. First of all, what are your thoughts on Bills and Rams, and what got you to Buffalo being the #1 team in the power rankings this week 1?
Right, so what all those numbers mean, +7, +5, is that I'm rating how much better I think they are than an average team. So Buffalo, I believe, is 7 points better than an average team. That is the #1 in the league. So they're projected, to be the lowest odds in the Super Bowl. people are expecting them, as the best team in the league in terms of future. So that's why I have them up there. I have some reservations about the offense without Brian Daboll there, but no reason not to rank them number one. The Rams, I think, are being shortchanged by this line. So what happened was this line was around pick'em until early August. Then we got reports about Matthew Stafford dealing with elbow injury, elbow tendonitis, could affect him this year. So then the line jumped up. It was Buffalo -2.5. Nothing in the report said that he's going to not play, early in the year. He's completely fine for this game. Everybody in practice said his balls look just like they always do. It's just a medical thing that could affect him long term. So I would not bet the Rams' futures. I don't think that, I could see this falling apart later in the season. But that doesn't matter for this game. And since he's playing, I don't know why the line didn't come back down to pick him. So I think we're getting a lot of value here. This +5 with the Rams is where I have them. But the line, the way you project it when you include the home field rating for the Rams, is that the market is kind of projecting the Rams are a 2.5 point team above average, which for me is in the range of like a Denver, a Philly, teams that I think that the Rams are clearly better than. So I think the Rams are a great value for us on Thursday night.
Okay, just listening to all of that just greatly intrigued me. Just going through those lines, and just how much research you put into this power rating system. Just how did this really all begin for you? Like what really made you want to get interested in betting lines and kind of getting into the system?
Right. Well, the interesting thing about the NFL is that, big NFL fan from way back, big into fantasy growing up. But the thing about the NFL is that when you look at all the betting markets that are available in terms of sports, the NFL is the most efficient. It gets the most attention. People bet the most on it. The bookmakers are under the gun to make the numbers exactly right. They have to put so much research and so much time making sure that their numbers are right, because if they're not, that's where they have the biggest liabilities, and so many people are betting these markets. So if I can be better than the books in this market, I feel like it's the toughest thing. It's the highest difficulty level. It's like I'm playing sports betting on all Madden level, essentially. So it's 32 teams. It's not too difficult to be able to keep up with all the games, watch all the games, dig into the stats every week, and then try to beat the books and try to say that we're better than the books of what we do. So this is how the books create their lines. They've created them for a long time in this way, with home field advantages, with deciding how much better or worse teams are than zero. Of course, there's more into that. Some teams are going to match up better with other teams based on defenses they play, personnel. Injuries are a factor that you have to determine week in and week out. But the overall system lets you know this is what the line's projected to be. Now, I'm not to the sense that I just say whatever the biggest, my opinion differs the most from the market, I'm just going to autoplay those. You look into those. So there's a game like Cincy, I think that line's 1.5 up. I think Cincy should be 8 point favorites just based on the team strengths and the ratings between them and Pittsburgh. But I think there are other factors in this game where I'm scared to bet Cincy and take Cincy in that game. So that's a stay away, even though the ratings would say go ahead and play Cincy. That's just one example of being able to set up the rankings, the ratings, see what they say, see what the lines project to, and then thinking more about what goes into them and which ones you're going to fire on and which ones you're not.
Now, looking at all this stuff, hearing it, I'm probably the farthest from knowing what's going down with all the betting lines, and even with this poll that you got going down, it adds to it. So I'm even more confused, but I'm slowly getting there. I'm slowly starting to understand.
You better get there because you're the one living in Tennessee.
I know, yeah. That's the one thing they're dogging me with, is because I'm in Tennessee. I should be the one betting all the time. But I wanted to know. I read the article that you put up about Week 1 betting lines. And all the power ratings and all that stuff. With Cleveland and Carolina, that's the game that intrigues me the most. I'm a Cleveland fan. I saw what you had to say about Jacoby Brissett and Baker Mayfield and all that stuff. I want to know what you're thinking about that game. Go into a little bit more detail, a little bit more depth about it.
Yeah, so I think the betting market and the way this line is structured is that they're kind of evaluating Carolina at the top of the range of expectations right now. A lot of optimism about Baker Mayfield upgrading at quarterback, Christian McCaffrey coming back. I think there's still major issues with that offensive line. I think there's major issues on the defensive side of the ball, and I'm not sure they have a good long-term NFL coach in that role. Just based on what we've seen the first few years, I'm not sure he's a good coach. On the flip side, I know Cleveland has a good coach. I know they have a great defense. I know they have good offensive line, good running game. We just don't know about the quarterback. So I think the market is evaluating Cleveland at the lowest of their range of expectations, just looking at Jacoby Brissett and saying Cleveland's a bad team with Jacoby Brissett. I think Cleveland can stay in games, and in low-scoring games in particular, with their defense, with their ability to run the ball, not have Jacoby Brissett do too much. Look, you put him up against Tampa Bay and have him go toe-to-toe with Tom Brady, he's probably going to lose that game. But in a game against a team like Carolina, which has one amazing weapon in Christian McCaffrey, a good receiver in DJ Moore, their own questions at quarterback because we don't know what Baker Mayfield is, I think this is a game Cleveland can hang around and win. So I have Cleveland rated as 2.5 points worse than average in my home field rating, in my power ratings, and I think that might be a little negative on them because of all the things surrounding Jacoby Brissett, like I just said. I still have the Panthers at 5 points below average because of how they played last year, how they ended the year, and I think we're elevating them too quickly. So I think in order to get this line to make sense in the market, you have to make them an average team, and I think that's kind of too high for me right now. So that's why I like Cleveland as a value with whatever points you can get. It was 2.5. That's where I put it in on Sportsline. Said go get the 2.5. The line's come down to 1.5 cents.
RJ White from Sportsline, managing editor of Sportsline and CBS Fantasy on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. He's also a part of the Early Edge with Alan Bell and Jonathan Coachman. Alan Bell, you could hear with Tom Abraham over on our sister station, 97.7 The Zone. I got to ask, me being a wrestling geek, how is working with the coach? Do you ever bring up wrestling talk with him from time to time?
Oh, yeah, it's awesome. When we got to hang out with him in Nashville a few weeks back, we were all there for a company thing, and he was telling us all sorts of stories, about his days wrestling, about, the guys that he's worked with, and he brings that energy of being, a long-time wrestling guy in his career to what he does with Early Edge. So it's very upbeat. It's very, very much a show that it's hard to look away from. It's very easy to engage with. Our followers are in the chat. They're always talking. They're always on Twitter talking with Coach. And it's really easy to build a community with him as the head of that because of his energy and his positive look on everything.
That's kind of the common thing I'm starting to see around here now with our guests that I might need to start getting into wrestling. But but I feel like it might be too late for me, though. I don't know. I feel like I might not get the appeal yet.
It's never too late. It's never too late.
Go back in time and watch the VHS tapes. That's all you got to do.
RJ, so the other game that you have right here, or another one of the games that you have on your power rankings article on sportsline.com that you can go access is my team, the Chicago Bears, who I understand. I'm a realistic fan. This offensive line is terrible. Justin Fields might die sometime this year. We don't know if they play Cleveland or if they play L.A. like the Rams. It's just going to get ugly. They're going up against the 49ers, which Justin Fields might die on this one because of Nick Bosa and the defensive line of the 49ers. But your power rankings have it set up to where the 49ers would be a 9.5-point favorite. Right now, we're looking at 6.5, 7 for current lines with Chicago and San Francisco. How did you end up getting to that 9.5 number, and what are your thoughts about possibly playing this game or fading away?
And this is an example of what I talked about with that Bengals game, about, the numbers say one thing, don't just blindly bet the numbers, because I do believe San Francisco is a very good team this year because I have a lot of faith in Trey Lance. So I put the 49ers as 4.5 points better than an average team. That's just a tick behind the Rams, but it's still in that top, 5, 6, 7 range because I believe they're a legitimate Super Bowl contender if Trey Lance is good. And I trust the guy that's tutoring Trey Lance, that's getting him ready to go. It's Kyle Shanahan, one of the best offensive minds in the game. We saw a few years ago there was a very incomplete prospect that came out that landed in one of the best situations with one of the best coaches in the game. And that guy is Patrick Mahomes and became an MVP. I'm not saying Trey Lance is Patrick Mahomes. They're obviously very different prospects. But I think when you surround a guy that obviously has talent, you trade up, you use multiple first-round picks to go get him because he's your guy. Then you pair him with a guy that knows how to get the most out of offensive players and quarterbacks in particular, and especially running quarterbacks because of his mobility. I think he can have a very high ceiling. So that's why I have the Bears rated as highly as I do. The 49ers rated as highly as I do. The Bears, one of the lowest teams in the rating, obviously. I think it's going to be a tough year for them. Offensive line issues. Defense, it's lost a lot of talent. Could be losing more talent if Roquan Smith is still unhappy and they end up having to trade him. But Justin Fields is a very talented quarterback. Can he rise above that? He wouldn't be the first time. Deshaun Watson, some of those teams that he took to the playoffs didn't have a lot of talent around him, and he elevated everybody's game. So I'm not completely writing them off, but it's hard to see positivity from them at this point of the game. So I have them 7.5 points worse than average, around the same level as the worst teams in the league. Like I said, the Atlantas, the Houstons, and the Bears. Even with Chicago's home field advantage, that makes this a 9.5-point line for me. I'm not looking to blindly bet it, though, because I believe there is that unknown with Trey Lance. I think he's going to be great, but it's possible he comes out and, they brought Jimmy Garoppolo back. They might not have liked what they've seen in camp. I'm not sure. I'm sure all the stuff is going to be positive, but, actions speak louder than words. So what if Trey Lance comes out, he struggles in this first game, the offense is at the optimistic levels that we're thinking about it, and Chicago can hang around in this game. So my lean is definitely to San Francisco. I think the line should be higher, but I'm not rushing to bet it because it's such a high favorite already with a quarterback we haven't seen with our own two eyes how good he is yet.
Yeah, so one thing I noticed with your power rankings was actually with how you described it, the biggest line discrepancy between the market with the Patriots and the Dolphins. And you described your placement for the Dolphins as aggressive when compared to the market, which has their power rankings having Miami below even the Titans and the Patriots. So I was just curious, what do you see in the Dolphins that the market or these other NFL rankings aren't seeing?
Well, it all starts with the new coaching staff. You bring in an offensive-minded coach, comes from that Kyle Shanahan coaching tree. It was very instrumental in elevating that passing game, getting guys open in space, letting them work after the catch. And that's not what we saw with Miami's offense the last couple of years with Tua. They kind of just put it all on him. Guys couldn't get open because of the design of the offense, and it was on Tua to make plays. And predictably, he had his struggles. He's a young quarterback. He's still developing. I know some people are turning the page on him. I think this offense is much more tailored to what he was doing in college, being able to get guys open in space, make the right decisions. And then if you're going to do that and you have a guy like Tyreek Hill, you get him in space with a little bit of space from the guys defending him. He's gone. That's just his MO. So I think this offense, especially in the passing game, has a lot higher ceiling this year than it has in years past. So you pair that with the running backs they brought in to help with the running game, upgrades on the offensive line, including at left tackle and Armstead. And then you have continuity on the defensive side. They returned all their starters from last year. They bring in Melvin Ingram as a stud pass rusher to help that. I think the team is really well positioned to make the playoffs, and I would put them in that level of the second-tier teams. They're not on the Bills, Chiefs level, but I think they're a wild-card team. And if things break wrong for Buffalo, they could be competing for the division. So I believe that they are on that level of a +3 team in my power rating, where, like I was saying earlier, the market is projecting the Rams to be, and that's kind of where the Dolphins are right now. New England is the flip side. They have so many questions on offense to answer. The offensive line looks like a mess. Who knows who's coaching who and whatever the assignments are coaching. I'm interested to see how it works on game days. Mac Jones hasn't looked as good during the preseason as he did last year. And then defense, they lost their best player in J.C. Jackson. So the Patriots, to me, look like a team that's on their way to taking a step back. You never want to count out Bill Belichick, obviously. There's a reason that their futures have them, projected as an 8-win team. But I think they could probably go under that, and they're moving in the wrong direction, and Miami's moving in the right direction. So while the market when this line was 2.5, it's basically saying these teams are about even, and you factor in the home field advantage for Miami. I thought Miami was much better. So I agree with the line movement that has moved it all the way from 2.5 through the key number of 3 to 3.5. You don't see that type of move very often. Books don't want to get middled because they don't want people to bet the 2.5 on the favorite and the 3.5 on the underdog, and then the line land on 3, which is the most common number for NFL games. So they don't want to make that move very often. But it kind of speaks to my power ratings evaluating situation to say Miami should be a 6-point favorite. You guys got to keep moving this line, but they were comfortable enough to keep moving the line through the 3, get it to 3.5, and we'll see if it moves anymore before Sunday.
Good stuff from R.J. White from Sportsline. Now, my final question to you is, what are some of these sleeper teams that you'll be keeping a little bit more of an eye on? I'm talking about the Texans. I'm talking about Atlanta. I'm talking about any of these teams that you don't anticipate a lot from them going into the season, but at the same time you keep an eye on them just in case for those upsets that'll happen later on in the season. What are some of these teams?
Well, the team that everybody loves is Detroit. They were in a lot of games they shouldn't have been in last year. They ultimately lost them. They started winless in their first 11 games. But, they competed in those games, and they were done in by things like the longest field goal in history and just random things like that happening. So I think a lot of people are positive on that, what the coaching staff is doing there. And they're, especially on offense, they're going to be better as the season goes along. They get Jameson Williams back. Defense is still going to be a problem, so when they're matched up with complete teams like the Eagles in Week 1, I think that they're not going to have a chance. But when they're playing similarly matched teams and not as complete teams, I think they're going to surprise some people. I also like Jacksonville this year. They actually got a legitimate coach in place, Super Bowl winner in Doug Peterson. Really going to help the progress of Trevor Lawrence. When Trevor Lawrence came out last year, he was the unquestioned number one prospect in a draft where 5 quarterbacks went in the top 15. Not only was he the number one prospect when the draft came along, he was always the number one prospect going back to when he was a freshman. Everybody knew this kid was going to be the number one pick whenever he came out. So I'm not giving up on that talent after 1 year in the worst environment, that we've seen that a head coach has done in 1 year in basically NFL history, at least the modern NFL that I can think of. So I think he could take a big step forward in Jacksonville and surprise some people this year. And then when you're looking at the lines, I think a lot of people are going to discount Seattle because of who they have at quarterback. Geno Smith, Drew Lock is the 1 and 2. Probably the worst, depth chart for quarterback, just looking at it on paper. But Geno had his moments last year. He kept the team in all 3 of the games he started. One of those games, he completely obliterated the Jaguars' defense. The other 2, he held his own. He's an experienced quarterback. He's not going to come out and challenge for MVP, take the team to the playoffs or anything. But I believe he's going to have that group with the skill position players they have at receiver, running back, and then a solid team on defense. Have them maybe overperform and stay in games that people aren't considering. So that might be this week against the Denver in the Monday game. But I think they're going to probably be one of those teams that bettors are going to be profitable on if they're betting them against the spread because they're not going to lose games as much as people think.
RJ White, managing editor of Sportsline and CBS Fantasy on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. And final question for you, RJ. I'm looking at the Ravens and the Jets, and Ravens went from 4.5 to up to 7. And we just got the news that Zach Wilson is going to be out for the first 4 weeks. So Joe Flacco is going to be in at quarterback. In your power rankings, you've got the Ravens as an 8.5-point favorite. What with the change of Zach Wilson to Joe Flacco, because this got printed before this announcement happened, that how much would Flacco and Wilson affect your power ranking for the New York Jets?
There's really not any change right now. Wilson's obviously the guy you want long term. You believe he's going to grow into being a capable starter based on his draft position, based on his development. But based on what we saw last year, I don't think you can just say that he's much better, if at all better, than a grizzled veteran in Joe Flacco who knows what he's doing at this point. So I don't think he moved the line at all with this news. I was interested to see, now that this has been announced, if the line's going to go up anymore. Because even though I do project it as 8.5-point line, a little bit interested in the Jets if you make it a little higher than 7. But one thing that makes me hesitant about going against Baltimore is how great they've been in Week 1 in the last 5 years. They lost in overtime last year to the Raiders. I believe that was a Monday game. So take that out of account. The previous 4 years before that, there's something like 164 points to 19 or some incredible amount where they're just winning games 59-10, 45-0, just rolling people in Week 1. You give John Harbaugh this much time to prepare, he's going to usually come in and put together a really good game. So we'll see if Joe Flacco can handle whatever that defense throws at him. Probably going to be a blowout. Not looking to play it, even though the power ratings say 8.5. I should be playing Baltimore in this sense. But if it gets a little higher, gets into that 8 range, maybe start thinking the Jets, just because I don't think Flacco is completely out of his depth here.
RJ, let the people know how they can interact with you and get all your information through the socials.
Yeah, go to sportsline.com, use promo code WHITE, and you get $1 on your first month of access. You get all of our picks, not just my picks, but all the expert picks, all the information for NFL, college football, NBA when that's in season, college basketball when that's in season. There's a bunch of great soccer content, auto racing, horse racing, just a ton of things that we offer at Sportsline. If you want to talk to me directly, you can go follow me on Twitter. I'm at RJWhite1. That's RJ, the color white, and the number 1. So that's where you can find me.
RJ, much appreciate the time, and thank you for joining us, and we will have you on every Wednesday throughout the NFL season, so can't wait to talk to you next week, reviewing Week 1 and then preparing for Week 2.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right,
Thanks, RJ.
Thank you.
RJ White, managing editor of Sportsline and CBS Fantasy right there. And did you get a little information now, Captain Cool?
At the beginning it was sticking, and then there's so much of it that it just kind of fell to the ground. But no, RJ knows what he's talking about. So, if you heard anything he said, there's a lot of that stuff you want to listen to because man states some pretty strong arguments. I will say that, okay? And reading this whole thing about the Cleveland Browns, seeing Jacoby Brissett, being on the team and stuff like that, and how they'll compare it to last year. we honestly don't know how Jacoby Brissett's going to be with the Browns, okay? He might be just as good as Baker Mayfield. He might be way better than Baker Mayfield on this Browns offense. It's one of those things that you don't know, okay? And Baker Mayfield, he looks like he's pretty solid right now on the Panthers, but until we get into that regular season, we're not going to know exactly how he's going to be fueling that offense to get the wins. So hopefully the Cleveland Browns obviously could get the win.
Well,
but
you did hear that he is a big fan of the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, yeah.
If it's going to be a tight game, if it's projected to be a very close one because of the running ability. So that should be a little bit of confidence for you and your Cleveland Browns on that.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, we take a quick commercial break now, pay a little bit of bills, and then when we get back, it is the play-by-play with
Yes,
the
sir.
Bandi Man. You are welcome. Welcome to go to this commercial right here. You're listening to the Afternoon Blitz.
Are you in the market for a recreational vehicle? Do you want to get out and see more of this beautiful country? Well, imagine hearing the laughter of your little ones enjoying gooey s'mores by a cozy campfire and making lasting memories with your friends and family from the comfort of a new camper. We can make your dreams come true at Hall's RV. With over 15 years in the camping business, we know how to get our customers into the perfect camper. We have several models and floor plans here for you to choose from, both new and used. We're family owned and operated with fantastic deals and great service. Everyone wants to work with people they can trust, so come on down to Hall's RV and get the deal of a lifetime. We'll treat you right and get you on the road in the camper of your dreams. Visit us on Highway 431 in Albertville. Hall's RVs, where we sell fun. Or see us on the web at www.hallsrvsales.com.
Bailey Custom Boats. We knew our boats were special when we would stop at any outdoor store to stock up on supplies for a boat trip, only to come back out to the parking lot and see people standing on and around our boat and a confused sales rep telling them it's not for sale and they don't even have that type of boat. Fast forward a few years, and now you can buy your very own one-of-a-kind Bailey Custom Boat. We hand-cut our wood from cypress we pull from the river in Mississippi. There's a lifetime warranty on the bill, faster and more maneuverable like a ski boat, and better fuel mileage than any pontoon on the market. With 350 horsepower, a Bailey Custom Boat will go 0 to 60 in about 6 seconds, and our custom boats are Coast Guard approved for offshore and virtually unsinkable. We'll be showcasing our custom boats at different lakes over the next few weeks. Find out where at BaileyCustomBoats.com on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. We're taking orders now for 2023 delivery from April to May. You gotta pay to play. BaileyCustomBoats.com.
AVIQ. Who is AVIQ? AVIQ is audiovisual the intelligent way, where we put our IQ to work for your AV needs. With more than 100 years combined experience in audio, video, and automation, our team of experts is dedicated to one thing: helping you discover technological solutions that make your home special. Once you experience a game or a movie on one of our state-of-the-art home theater systems, you may never leave the house again. AVIQ can build the entire system for you or provide the quality components if you're a do-it-yourselfer. But AVIQ is more than just home theater and state-of-the-art sound systems. We offer a variety of control options for home technology. Energy efficiency, heightened security, and improved quality of life are all attainable through the automation of home systems. Intuitive and user-friendly control is our main priority in designing a system that meets your needs. Don't just take our word for it. You need to see it to believe it. Come visit us at our state-of-the-art showroom on University, just east of Jim and Nick's, across from AT&T, or visit AVIQHSV.com.
Look out in the street there. You know what you don't see? My car, because I had to sell it to pay the lawyer I hired when I got busted for drunk driving. You know what else you don't see? My girlfriend, who decided that a guy with no car and no license and no money was no fun. And hey, you know what else you don't see? You don't see me leaving for work in the morning, because I missed so much time with court and everything that I got fired.
Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
And welcome back to the Afternoon Blitz here on the Tennessee Valley Blitz Sports Network. I'm your host, the Bandi Man, Bailey Lowry, joined on my right by John Abraham, Captain Cool.
Hey.
and Smokey Mike Huncho running the board, keeping us on the air.
Do the Star-Lord.
Doing the things.
Do the Star-Lord.
If you want to join the show and tell me about my trash esports opinions, you can call in at 256-576-4977, or if you want to throw in your own hot take.
Trash.
No, I mean, everybody's going to have their own opinions.
Yeah,
He's calling himself trash?
No.
Hey, I have my own hot takes.
Yeah, he does, all right? We all do, honestly.
Spicy.
And you know what? Doing the show, I got to admit, both of us have started getting a lot more hotter on our takes.
Yeah.
We have started throwing our opinions in there a little bit more. So why not call us at 256-576-4977 and jump in and see what if your opinions really matter. So hop on in here.
Oh no, Smokey's got it too.
No, Smokey.
Yeah.
Oh, gee, he's so excited over there. But go on, Bandi.
But you can follow us if you want to see those takes. You can follow us on Twitter at @TheBlitz_sports, Facebook at The Blitz Sports Radio, and follow me at BLowry2016, Captain Cool at CPT Cool 420, and Smokey Mike Huncho at Rose Scholar.
It's my birthday.
All right, we got a good amount of esports news. Twitch is actually removing one of its core features moving forward. That's gonna be gone here in October, and the PlayStation CEO is not happy with the way Microsoft is handling Call of Duty moving forward. That's all coming up here on Play by Play.
Time to catch up on esports with Play-by-Play with the Bandi Man.
So Twitch, in a recent update, Twitch has announced its intention to remove both the host and host mode features as of October 3rd, 2022. Now, host mode allows streamers to provide their audiences another stream to view after they went online. Now, while host mode was active, the hosting streaming would still appear as online, but their channel would essentially feature a content creator of their choice through and hold a completely separate chat. Now, it's been on the platform for almost 8 years. But they've elaborated on removing this feature, saying since its launch, we've learned that streamers often want to share their viewers with other streamers to help them grow, and have introduced features to help you do that. Now, the live streaming platform is likely referring to the formalization of rating, which is taking your chat, you just ended your stream, you might be a bigger streamer, you just hopped off and saying, hey, go watch this person, and effectively taking your Twitch chat over to them. But now, they're saying on hosting, but they said that hosting prevented viewers from interacting with the chosen streamer due to having a separate chat, and that it inhibited meaningful connection to new viewers. Now, see, honestly, I don't agree with that statement.
Okay.
Because with hosting, you would host another channel, other people would be able to watch that person's stream, but when other streamers would host, it was very common to say like, "Hey, go over to their channel and support them too." Even though I'm hosting it over here, go over to their chat and support them too. So it was almost like a way to introduce like a soft raid. Like, I'm still hosting them here, but if you want to go over and join their chat, feel free to do so. That's kind of why I'm doing this.
Yeah, and I mean, it is publicity, all right? I mean, you're showing these other big streamers on a different channel, especially one if it's bigger, but it sucks that they're taking it out, because I mean, it was kind of a cool feature. It's not really needed, but it did add to a lot of the community engagements, and I liked that part about it at least.
Yeah, I mean, moving forward, it's going to be replaced by a suggested channel in Twitch's channel settings. So it's going to be more kind of like how YouTube does it, where they give you like suggested channels to watch or suggested videos.
That's not a bad idea, I don't think.
But they kind of already do that with the suggested channels tab on the left side.
Yeah. That
gives you streams based on what you're currently watching.
Yeah, when I'm thinking about that, I'm looking at it right now and I see the recommended channels next to the WZZN TV, which you can find us on Twitch and YouTube. But yeah, I mean, it is not really needed, but at the same time, like, if it's something that pops up on the actual screen, like on the stream, then I think that, maybe more people would see that instead of looking to the side and seeing all the other suggested channels.
But moving on, we've got a World Series of Warzone. My goodness. World of Series of Warzone. Okay. But the North American finals, now the European finals were yesterday. That concluded
pretty well, but now the North American side is going at it today, and that's actually going to be featuring a lot more recognizable names from like the YouTube scene, and as well as professional CDL players like Call of Duty League players are going to be participating in this. But it's going to be 40 teams of 3 and 5 games of Caldera Warzone to decide the winner of a lion's share of a $300,000 prize pool.
Oof.
No, but that's not all. All the competitors will then drop into a one winner-take-all solo YOLO match, they call it, where one winner will add $100,000 to their bank account. Last year, Call of Duty esports legend Scump staked his claim as Warzone champion by winning a tense one-on-one versus one of Warzone's highest-earning stars, Aiden. Now, speaking of Aiden, I know it's just kind of a weird name for a YouTube channel.
Aiden.
Just Aiden. But he's incredibly good at Warzone, and he's going to be playing in this World Series as well. And Scump is too. He's joining the team of Methods and Tim the Tapman.
Well, I know Tim. That's cool. But no, Aiden is looking for revenge, everybody. He's coming and he's going to destroy. Yeah, we'll see about that.
Now, the way the scoring works is that it's going to be based on kills and placement. So, in the trios portion of the event, you're scored 1 point per kill. And if you get first place, you take how many kills you got, multiply that by 2. You get double points for earning first place. Second through 15th place gets a 1.5 times multiplier, and 16th through 40th is just normal 1 times. You get how many kills you got is how many points you get.
So, Bandi, how would you play this?
I would play terribly.
Well, I mean, I'm going to say
if
this.
I'm being honest, how would I play it?
Yeah, how would you go about, playing this tournament? Because you got to get kills. Okay, so are you going to be charging into a lot of, battles? Or are you going to be playing it pretty easy and trying to snipe from afar? Like, how are you trying to do that? Maybe get to the top 15 and take that, 1.5 times, improvement on the thing? Or are you going all the way and trying to kill everybody and win?
Now, the strategy I'm seeing here is definitely going to reward placement too, because you want to get that 2x multiplier, no matter how many kills you get. But at the same time, if you get that 2x multiplier, but you only got like 6 kills overall, you're not getting very many overall points. So it's going to be more based on risk reward and how the situation plays out, which I think is a good scoring system for a battle royale.
Oh yeah, and for these guys who are actually good at the game, I think it's pushing them to actually be involved with killing people instead of just hiding out and doing what they normally do. We talked about how kills equal like ranking in Apex yesterday. Well, this is a way that it could actually work a little bit better if they wanted to actually implement something like it that actually works instead of your whole team running and all that stuff. Because being placed in the top 15 in Apex, I mean, there's not that many teams. But still, like placement in that should actually come to a factor if they want to actually fix, the ranking scene in that game. So I think that this Call of Duty World Series thing that they just started doing, it's just they're doing better on ranking these guys than Apex, who is literally just trying to focus on how they can fix their ranking scene because everybody's all pissed off at them. So I think it's a good way to go for Call of Duty World Series. So
I don't know. What I'm kind of excited for how I would play it though. The first 5 matches where you're playing in your team, play strategic, play well, pick your fights well, and make good rotations because rotations are what's going to win you these games. Not just being able to win those gunfights, but being able to move after the gunfight. What position can you grab next that's going to not only get you in a good position for where the ring's going to go, but also for any squads that might potentially meet you there.
Yeah, now we're really getting into the actual strategic part of this. So how many games are they playing?
They're playing 5 games.
They're playing 5 games. Okay, so you said that. All right. So what I would do is for the first 4 games, okay, I would get as many points as I can. I wouldn't care too much about going all the way and getting that 2x multiplier. Right? I'd go for the 1.5 multiplier. I'd get a few kills. I'd play it safe, but I'd also, it'd go pretty decent. Play a pretty strategical game, find the circles and all that stuff. Be a little passive at times if I need to. But on the 5th game, I'm going balls to the wall. I'm trying to kill as many people as I can. I'm trying to get to that top spot. I am risking a lot in that final game. just for the chance that I might. Now, it depends on how I place in the first 4 games, because if I don't do well, then I'm really going to have to go balls to the wall. But if not, I can go a little less, and I just kind of keep it consistent. But on that final game, I'm going all the way. So watch out for that final game. You might see some people doing that strategy, because I know a few of them will probably listen to this show right now, the Afternoon Blitz.
Now, for the solo YOLO game, though.
Oh, jeez.
I'm going full stupid. And when I say that, I mean riot shield, rocket launcher, throwing knives, stun grenades, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Stun grenades because they get slowed and they can't turn as fast.
Yep.
And then I believe it's like the one where you can pick up your equipment. Probably the armor one where it's only 2 plates of armor to get full, and tune up.
Yeah.
Or no, amped, so I can have a faster rocket launcher swap speed.
Of course. Yeah.
And I will just go full meme stupid.
Full cheese right there. Full cheese. And it doesn't matter because $100,000 is on the line.
Yep. Flashbang, rocket launcher, melee.
Maybe hide a
and just be dumb.
Maybe
if I die, I die.
Hide a few aimbots in that computer setting right there.
Nah, we don't need any word.exes here.
I like that callback.
But keeping on with Call of Duty, though, PlayStation's Jim Ryan has criticized Xbox's Call of Duty offer, saying that Microsoft has only promised to keep the series on PlayStation for 3 years beyond the current deal for Activision. So he came out in a quote and said, "I hadn't intended to comment on what I understood to be a private business discussion, but I feel the need to set the record straight because Phil Spencer brought this into the public forum."
Oh, jeez.
Microsoft has only offered for Call of Duty to remain on PlayStation for 3 years after the current agreement between Activision and Sony ends. After almost 20 years of Call of Duty on PlayStation, their proposal was inadequate on many levels and failed to take account of the impact on our gamers. We want to guarantee PlayStation gamers continue to have the highest quality Call of Duty experience, and Microsoft's proposal undermines this principle.
The guys bought it. Like, it shouldn't be any of their problem anymore. It's just like, yeah, you suck. It sucks. You lost a huge IP as Call of Duty, which definitely top 10 all-time IP. I mean, Call of Duty, say what you will about it, but Microsoft got it. They just bought it. Yeah, so it's like, what are you going to do?
I mean, companies lose IPs all the time. It's just this happens to be one of the biggest ones. I mean, I remember when Rareware, say that fast 5 times.
Rareware. Oh, I got messed up on the third.
Yeah, I remember when they still had Banjo-Kazooie and Conker from Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Mm-hmm.
But now they're under Microsoft.
Yep, Microsoft's just taking all of them. And you could say it's a monopoly for Microsoft. Whatever you want to say about it, okay, it's still legal. And now PlayStation has a time clock, all right? They got 3 years to come out with a new game. Maybe they can revive Killzone. I don't know. And
I completely forgot about Killzone. My gosh.
They can bring a game like that back, and they can compete. If you want to do something, compete. Halo, they literally... Xbox has both Halo and Call of Duty now, okay? They've been competing for years, okay? Say what you will about either one, either new or old. They've been competing. You can still make a game that can compete with these games, okay? Maybe first-person shooters aren't as big as they used to be, but Call of Duty, you're saying it yourself, is a humongous IP that you can recreate in your own style. And you can sell exclusively on PlayStation. Killzone had great sales when it first came out.
Yeah.
Then they crapped the bed with it. That happens. But you know what? The difference between Call of Duty and Killzone? Call of Duty just kept freaking going.
It kept going even when it was bad.
Even when Infinite Warfare came out.
Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare, World War II, Vanguard, Ghost.
Ghost was good.
Am I forgetting one?
You didn't say Infinite Warfare, but I said it. So
yeah,
it's
you said Infinite Warfare already.
You said
Black Ops 4.
Black Ops 4 was terrible. Black Ops 4 was horrible. They had a whole rut, okay? Killzone comes out with, what is it, Shadow?
I said 7.
7 games. That's like half of the games that came out from Call of Duty. Well, minus like Red Dawn or something. That was exclusively on, I think, PlayStation. I have no idea. I don't remember.
And was goated.
It was a good game. It was a good game. But, now I'm forgetting what I was going to say. I was going off on a tangent. But, like, yeah. I literally lost what I was going to say, and I'm upset. Killzone... come back, show us what you guys got. I think Shadowfall, I think was the last one they made that was like the one that really killed it. And then they came out with the Killzone on PlayStation Vita, which was also kind of decent, but the mechanics were not there. But if they do that, I think they'll be fine. And also, COD Ghosts was not bad.
Man, we just need a good Battlefield game again.
Yeah, we do. They're improving it. They're improving it.
Yeah. Although I did kind of like how they're just kind of trying to wipe 2041's existence away.
Kind of like with Fallout 76.
Yeah, it's like, hey, let's just pretend this didn't exist.
Don't worry about the throw up on the floor.
Hey, we're coming out with a new Battlefield while they're just like trying to push 2042 out of the way.
Yeah.
But we have an update coming to Valorant today. Valorant patch 5.05, and you know what? It was just kind of a little bit of a social update, just some bug fixes, but there were some pretty funny ones in here. Fixed an issue that allowed you to report yourself, just in case you were feeling a little guilty.
I've been naughty. Report.
Oh man, I really do feel guilty about the same bot I'm using. I'm just gonna report myself. Man, I just feel terrible. I paid that $5 and everything. Man, I just feel so bad for the players' games I'm ruining right now.
Game's too easy now, and I'm pissed at myself for it, so I'm going to report myself so I can never play it again.
Man, I just climbed to Masters after 10 ranked games because I was using aimbot, but you know what? I just don't feel satisfied. I'm gonna turn myself in. I'm going to feel honorable, and they still get hit with that permanent ban.
Speaking of $5, have y'all ever been arrested for a $5 theft?
I've never been arrested, Smokey.
Yes.
Well, just a real quick, just because the $5, it worked out perfectly on this
transition.
Breaking news of the U.S. men's national team defender Miles Robinson. He's arrested in Atlanta over a $5 shot.
$5 shot?
Yes.
Of vodka?
He was also given a criminal trespass warning and was released on a $150 bond after the incident. Apparently, he, according to the report, which was obtained by ESPN, the incident took place at the PBR Atlanta, which is a bar near Truist Park. PBR, we're actually building one at Bridge Street.
Oh. Whoa.
Yeah, and if you see how these waitresses dressed, chaps and bikini bottoms, so just think about that. But it is the Professional Bull Riders.
Oh, it's that place you showed us the other day.
I
can't get the image out of my brain.
So he apparently refused to pay for a $5 shot that he had taken off a drink tray, and then the bartender alerted management, and they said that he criminally trespassed, and now he's arrested for a $5 shot.
Wow.
He said he was trespassing.
Come on.
They just grabbed it off the tray. They said, pay for it. He said, that's not my drink.
Anyway, continue.
Well, first off, usually whenever athletes go into a bar, people usually buy them for them, or they're on the house for them. But this guy was just nobody knew who he was, so they're just yeah, you're gonna. He's like, I'm this guy. I'm on this team. It's like, I don't care. You could be on the Braves. I won't care. Like the cop the other day with that the other story that I had going on. But Bandi, you go on.
But we also got a little bit of breaking news. A little bit of headline out of ESPN. NASCAR is now investigating unacceptable fires after Kevin Harvick's car went up in flames at the first playoff race.
Yo, wacky races?
Now
wacky races right there.
Now see, I just see this headline. I'm seeing. So what is an acceptable fire?
What is an acceptable fire? A campfire is an acceptable fire.
Because the unacceptable is in quotes, so that means there's an existence of an acceptable fire in NASCAR.
Well,
I want to know what it is.
The reason for the quotes is because that's how he described it. That was the adjective that Kevin Harvick used, which, when you have throughout the season multiple cars just come ablaze, that's a problem.
No. Something might be up.
And nice job bringing Kevin Harvick in, so Captain Cool would actually engage with this one because Kevin Harvick's his boy.
I like Kevin Harvick, but hey, NASCAR, I still know NASCAR from the 2000s at least, because that's when I used to be into it.
How many lug nuts you put on a tire now?
6. No, wait, 1 now.
Yeah.
There's only 1.
All right, now I'm going to finish it off with a quote from good old Kevin Harvick, because he said, "We didn't touch a car, and here we are in the pits with a burned-up car, and we can't finish the race during the playoffs because of crappy-ass parts."
Oof, I feel like this is more like speed. Speed racers.
Speed racer.
Speed racer. Yeah, I feel like there's somebody going under these cars planting bombs.
Yep. So NASCAR, fix your cars.
Fix your cars. Those dang Gen 6s.
And we're gonna go pay some bills, and we'll be right back with the DF3 from Smokey Mike Huncho.
Heck yeah.
You're listening to The Afternoon.
The Blitz has been called. you want the right specialist for your recovery. At SportsMed Orthopedic Surgery and Spine Center, we understand every body is different. Your muscles and bones are unique, as is your body. Our SportsMed specialists offer innovative treatments and minimally invasive procedures, allowing you to quickly return to the life you love. Locations in Huntsville, Madison, Athens, and Decatur, and on the web at sportsmedalabama.com. Improving performance, improving lives.
This is Wes Neighbors with Philip with Eagle Insulation, and we have an announcement to make.
Yes, Wes, we are now Eagle Masonry and Insulation. Still a place to call for your installation needs, but now we offer masonry services.
What kind of masonry projects can you handle?
Wes, no job is too big, no job is too small. We can do renovations, new construction, outdoor fireplaces, fire pits, brick landscape borders.
Well, when you came out to my house, you did both the insulation and masonry at the same time. You guys did rock for me, you did brick for me, and you insulated my house. That's usually done at the same time that you're building a house.
Absolutely. It really capitalizes on two services you need at the same time, and you can get one company to handle both of those.
Philip with Eagle Insulation will come out, do your installation. He'll do your masonry. They do a great job. They guarantee your work. Check out more online at insulatedwitheagle.com and schedule your free examination today. 256-755-1556.
Thanks, Wes.
In 1982, Bob Baumhauer introduced Alabama to the Buffalo Wild Wing, and quite frankly, we've never been the same. Back then, it was Wings and Things in Tuscaloosa, but now, 40 years later, after 4 name changes, Baumhauer's Victory Grill is the #1 sports-themed restaurant in the state. Bob's Alabama Hot Chicken is something that has to be tried to believe, plus the new Bam Bam Chicken and the Louisiana-style Go Fish, a whitefish over rice topped with shrimp etouffee. And Baumhauer's is fighting inflation with some new affordable favorites. Visit Baumhauer's on the South Parkway today.
Are you tired of chasing a roofing contractor to show up on time, or even show up at all? I'm Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Our motto at Fleming Roofing is we show up. Our goal at Fleming Roofing is to provide the reliable customer service that you deserve, and we have the resources to meet all of your roofing needs, residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. We are manufacturer certified for roof coatings, single-ply membranes, and asphalt shingles. Whenever you need a roofing professional you can count on, call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We are committed to finding the solution that meets your needs. We don't have quotas or heavy-handed sales tactics. Fleming Roofing, we have expert experience. We show up. Free estimates, residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. Check us out at FlemingHSV.com. FlemingHSV.com. When you need a quick response, it's Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Tom Abraham here for my friend Brian Hamaker and his team at North Alabama Mortgage. Look, buying a home is the biggest purchase you will make in your life, and it can be a bit intimidating, so you want people that can help walk you through the mortgage process and get you the best deal possible. That's what North Alabama Mortgage does, and they do it in Alabama, Tennessee, and Florida, from first-time purchases to refis, conventional, VA, FHA, and USDA loans. They have the solution at North Alabama Mortgage. Visit NorthAlabamaMortgage.com to learn more. That's NorthAlabamaMortgage.com.
And welcome back into the final segment of the Afternoon Blitz, and I swear to God, I did not do that on purpose. That was completely a
what did you do?
Coincidence. The bumper, the Cult of Personality.
Oh, yeah.
That actually is CM Punk's theme music.
Man, great wrestler, terrible UFC fighter.
Yes, terrible UFC fighter and backstage instigator, too. Let's just put it that way. Fun facts before we get into the DF3. Hey, Captain Cool.
Yeah.
Would you like to know that your Browns are 16-6 when Nick Chubb rushes for over 100 yards?
I think I already knew that. Run the ball!
Run the damn ball, Lane.
Run the ball!
Let's see. Gleyber Torres homered just now.
Nice.
And so the New York Yankees are tied 3-3 with the Minnesota Twinkies at the top of the 7th right now. Other scores around the league. We've got the Colorado Rockies up 7-1 over the Milwaukee Brewers. The Atlanta Braves which you can hear on our sister station 97.7 The Zone. They are down 2-0 in the bottom of the fourth to the Oakland Athletics.
They'll come back.
Scoreless on top of the third between the White Sox and the Mariners. Let's see. Giants and Dodgers top of the third, scoreless as well. Anyway, Wednesday means a whole lot of day game baseball, which means we got a very limited selection, but we're still at it. If I actually pod this up.
The DF3.
Trouble. Bandi, we got to get that on the note perfectly. Come on.
I was saying
we worked on this.
You two, we're going to have to get used to that and work together when we are out on remote at Landers McClarty Chevy on Friday.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. No, I didn't forget about that. It's my dreams.
How could you forget about that?
It's in your dreams.
First time on the Zone.
Well, yeah, we're going to be doing a Zone and Blitz simulcast going on, and we're going to be changing from 12 to 2 live. We're still going to have the Blitz replay from 2 to 4 from our 12 to 2 segment. So if you guys aren't able to catch us from 12 to 2, then you could be able to still catch us from 2 to 4 and see everybody's beautiful faces.
Okay. Wait, are we going to try and live stream from there, like video-wise as well?
Bring your camera.
But then
your camera.
This means, okay, we'll talk about this afterwards because this is a lot of stuff. But by the way, guys, we're not always going to be 12 to 2 from now on. This is only for a special occasion, all right? It's a lot of first times going down on Friday, so we're excited about it.
Very much excited, and this is how excited Bandi is.
Yes. Gosh. Same sounder. I don't even want to put it in my Pinky Out Gang videos anymore because it's just non-stop Vine boom sound here in the Blitz studio.
Well, this is only inspiring me to find more. That's a Vine boom of doom.
Please stop.
Hey, you were the one that encouraged it, so it's your fault.
You're not
Fair
wrong.
enough.
You're not wrong.
Touche.
Yeah, touche.
Oh, let's see what else. Let's see. 1 hour of silence occasionally broken up by random meme. Let's see what's
my God, we're doomed!
Okay, whatever.
So wait, was that just 1 hour? What was that?
1 hour of silence occasionally broken up by random meme sound effects.
Okay, all right. Actually, send me the link to that, please.
We'll see what the other one is.
I have never heard that meme sound.
That's okay.
You know what I've heard?
I need to stop fiddling around because we're close up. We're on the clock.
People, hey, this is the best time to log off and stop listening to us, honestly. So if you guys got something to do, go do it. No, I'm joking.
Anyway, so since we got day action, there is a little turbo setup in DraftKings where you got a 3-game setup.
Turbo golf racing?
Yeah, turbo golf racing. But it's a turbo slate with 3 games. Right now, I'm taking a little dime satellite play going on. Right now, there's only 33 people in there. So dime times 33 is $3.30. The prize is one $10 Thursday kickoff millionaire ticket. So I need a millionaire ticket. I got a Monday night millionaire. I got a Sunday million. I need a Thursday million. So here's how I'm rolling with the Thursday million. First and foremost, you've got your games is Mets and the Pirates, game 2. Sox and Red Sox, not White Sox, Red Sox and Rays, and then Marlins and Phillies. First and foremost, Jacob deGrom is on the mound tonight. Play him.
deGrom.
He averages 30 points fantasy-wise per game. Most definitely play him. So then that means automatically you do not play any Pittsburgh Pirates. No, do not play any Pittsburgh Pirates. And the Mets had a little bit of interesting stuff go on earlier today as Vogelbach, I had him in a single game play. Didn't exactly do well, so I'm going to lean away from the Mets on this one. And Brandon Lowe and Yandy Diaz for the Tampa Bay Rays I like because Boston is sliding big time. And that is one that I feel like is a good play. Go with the Rays and go and load up on them. Anyway, the music, the Alice in Chains has hit, which means we're done.
We're done.
We're done. We will be back in 22 hours. Thank you to RJ White of Sportsline for giving us that great information with the betting. Hopefully Captain Cool will actually do something with it in the state of Tennessee when he is up there later on today. Anyway, tomorrow will be not a throwback Thursday.
Thirsty
Thursday.
And when here in a little bit on the Blitz, we'll be joined by Crawdad for the Crawdad Countdown to Kickoff.
Yep, and now we will have Crawdad Crawdad on the show tomorrow, previewing Army football coming up this weekend, which last week had a very thrilling game against Coastal Carolina, but did not end up coming up with the victory. Anyway, we'll see y'all in 22 hours. You're listening to the Afternoon Blitz.
Here's Bobby White from Woody Anderson Ford on their service department.
President's Award winner 2 years in a row. That's only given to the top 10% of Ford dealers in customer satisfaction. So we're very proud of the service department. And our body shop, if you happen to have...
Well, number 4, Clemson beat conference foe Georgia Tech by 31 points in Tech's backyard. So now Michigan is number 4 and Clemson is 5, because why not? Tennessee is back in the poll as well at number 24, making it 8 SEC teams in the top 25. They play at number 17, Pitt, this week. So naturally, the Vols are a 6.5-point favorite. So if home field is worth 3 points, that means the Vols would be a 10-point favorite on a neutral field. Lunacy indeed.
Tom Abraham, only on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Kerry Rosenblum here with Rosenblum Realty, and we appreciate our MA family. Football season is back again, and we're here for your